I point this out anytime I have the opportunity. I will always point this out. She demonstrated this in real time. Okay.
It wasn't. There's absolutely no reason here other than to trample on the rights of states.
Loser.
MAGA completely.
Oh my God, look how cute he looks. Look, you see the little guy right there. Oh, he's smiling at you.
And in their whole federalism argument, as soon as Trump won the popular vote, and now all you hear them say over and over again is he has a popular mandate, he's a popular mandate, he's a popular mandate.
True.
So the same party that was obsessed with saying we don't live in a democracy, we live in a republic, is now the most like
misspeak. Your point instantly invalid. Make the soy jack. Deploy the soy jack.
Democratic majority rules, majority vote people. I guess that have ever existed in the United States in my lifetime.
Lily, President Trump has joked outside the White House that if it was under his purview, he would arrest Gavin Newsom. I mean, is that really something we would expect to be hearing from our president during a situation like this?
Did you move all your guns for this? They were just gone. You literally have seen it. I hadn't cleaned them yet. They were still in my living room.
I mean, I don't really care about jokes. They made whole rallies about grab her by the pussy, a joke that Trump made a long time ago. Why are we arguing about jokes? Unless he's acting on this, I don't see why it's a big deal personally. I think it's pretty.
You think it's okay to say that he would arrest the governor of California without saying any allegations as to why?
Well, first of all, it's a joke, so I think people are allowed to make jokes. That's his freedom of speech to make a joke about that. But again, it's not like that would be entirely unwarranted as well. I mean, look how Gavin Newsom handled the fires. The water was turned off. They just allowed.
Look at this. From joke to, it might be a joke, but if he does it, I'll defend
allowed the state to burn. I mean, he has been an extremely incompetent governor, so I'm sure lots of Californians would even approve of that. But again, I don't even know why we're arguing about a joke. Unless he's doing something, I'm not interested in really arguing about a joke. Locker room talk? What? Okay, are we going to go protest more about grab her by the pussy? Like, please.
Destiny?
I just want to say real quick, I think it's really important to always observe the multiple stages of MAGA. And it's incredibly important for everyone to realize it. When you bring up something horrible that a MAGA person has done, the first step is always saying, oh, I don't know, I haven't heard about that. For some reason, they know every single intimate detail about, say, Hunter Biden, a person who wasn't elected. They know everything about his life. But then when it comes to like massive, huge things that the president of the United States is doing, they're unaware of it. So they'll say, I haven't heard about it. And then the next thing they'll say is, oh, it's just a joke or whatever. Who cares? No big deal. But the most important thing, and they've demonstrated this time and time again, is the third part, which Lily did do, and that's that they will defend it. So even though they're saying they haven't heard of it, even though they're saying it's just a joke, if it does come to pass, they're not going to turn around and go, oh my God, I thought he was just joking. This is horrible. They're going to defend exactly what it was. So don't ever let any MAGA person get away with the, oh, they're just joking thing. You always have to ask them the next question. Oh, well, he would actually follow through with it. Would you defend it? Because the answer to that will almost always be yes.
Fucking A. Hell the fuck yeah. True as fuck.
Okay, Lily, do you want to answer that?
I'm not MAGA. To be
I should have said number 4 is they'll always say, well, I don't defend Trump or I'm not MAGA. That's the fourth one. Why do they? Dude, Kai's into this. Every single person does it. I'm not here to defend Donald Trump. I'm not here to defend MAGA. I'm not. All of a sudden, everybody becomes the most individualistic fucking Ayn Randian objectivist, their own person, not part of any political movement ever.
They'll follow through with it. Would you defend it? Because the answer to that will almost always be yes.
Okay, Lily, do you want to answer that?
I'm not MAGA. To be fair, for the clarification, I'm not MAGA. I'm a nationalist. So I'm actually not a huge fan of Trump.
If
yeah,
the
because he's not racist enough for you.
governor was arrested, if I can pick up on what Destiny was saying, do you think that would be acceptable?
Yep. Just say yes.
If he went through due process and it was found that he was either a traitor to his country or he had done something illegal, if he went through the due process, then absolutely. If he didn't go through due process and they just arrested him, then I would be opposed to that.
Okay, let's get back on.
I also love that she brought up. We're so cringe. Why would you say this?
I don't think we have to look to anyone else. I think we can do it on our own. We did it on our own for a long time before we started mass immigrating from other cultures that are not compatible with the West. Back in the Ellis Islands days, who were we importing people from? They were white Europeans from Ireland, from Scotland, from England, and those people assimilated well. Those people.
What? How are you gonna fucking lose your shit over things like MS-13 and ignore the mafia? What are you talking about? What? What is that statement? What a wild statement to make.
People came into our country and they wanted to be Americans. If you to go back to the LA riots, if you take a look at the pictures coming out of there, what is it? It's a lot of illegals flying the flags of their native country. Why are you here then? If you're protesting being sent back to your country, why are you flying the flag of that country? These people clearly do not want to assimilate. They clearly do not care about our culture. They are not part of our culture and they don't want to be part of our culture, as they make it very clear.
I thought about using the white the phrase here to show my interlocutors that their racism didn't scare me, but I decided against it. So
they love to display their flags of their country that they came from. They love to keep their little subcultures homogenous, and they do not want to blend in with ours. They will simply want to take over ours. And then the white people who live here, who have historically lived here, and black people, you could argue, it actually, if you want to talk about black rights, these illegal immigrants are invading the areas that have been predominantly black, and now they're forcing people out. So that in and of itself hurts not only white people but black people who have been here for a while as well.
Destiny, I'll let you have the right of reply on that, and then we'll move on to our next section.
Yeah, I mean, the idea that these immigrants came through Ellis Island and immediately integrated is kind of comical. I mean, people hated Irish people when they came over. There were slurs referring to Irish people. There are still jokes about Irish people. I just had a friend the other day tell me that they were an Irish.
Oh, I just learned this. I didn't even remember this. There's a joke about being Irish twins, I guess, because Irish people pump out so many fucking babies that if you have siblings close in age,
twin because they had a sibling that was incredibly close in age, and there's a joke that Irish people made a whole bunch of babies when they came over. Italians were literally, you talk about MS-13. What about the mafia? What about the mob? They came over, they made ghettos. You could go to New York City today, and you could visit Little Italy, and you could visit these small, ghettos that are primarily made up of certain groups of these types of people, of Irish people. Yeah, they did organized crime. It took a while for them to integrate, but they did. And I think to some extent, ironically, one of my favorite things about, I guess, far-right people, or I don't want to say racist or xenophobic, whatever you call them, right? But the people that are in favor of this like majority white immigration pattern, I think at times, I think they display unknowingly like some of the best of the United States' ability to integrate different types of people into its society and culture. Like if you would have gone back 100 years and then you would say today, oh no, people who are Irish and Italian are going to be seen as white, literally the exact same as anybody who came from Scandinavia or any Anglo-Saxons or people from Britain or whatever, they would laugh at you. Like, no, these are totally different types of people, but now they're basically integrated. And yeah, I think we do that exceedingly well with all sorts of different types of people in the United States because of the way that we allow people to come to this country.
Good job. Okay, sorry.
Armor and face shields, the best money can buy, somebody's financing it. We're going to find out through Pam Bondi and Department of Justice who it is. They're already on it. Who's financing all this equipment? Very professional. Under the Trump administration, this anarchy will not stand. We will not allow federal agents to be attacked, and we will not allow an
I wanted
American
to hear a quote. I don't know if she replied to that. I think we just went on to the next topic.
city to be invaded and conquered by a foreign enemy. And that's what they are. A lot of those people were let in here by the Biden administration. They just poured right in. They came from prisons. They came from jails from all over the world. They came from mental institutions. They were the leaders of gangs. They were drug lords allowed to come into our country. Their countries threw them out. Their countries would bus them or drive them right to our border and say, go in there. You ever come back, we're going to kill you. And we got them, and we're getting them out of here. I want to applaud the courage and the strength of the incredible troops who are right now standing guard to protect federal property and personnel and uphold the supremacy of federal law. That's what they're doing. They're protecting our ICE agents. They're protecting the police in Los Angeles. The head of the police in Los Angeles, a good man, I hear a good man, but he was actually saying we really did need this help. It had gotten away from them. It had long gotten away.
Why does he lean so much? Is his diaper full? I've heard that for photos, it looks better if your face is more out rather than recessed. And then if I had to guess, I think you look more slim if you are more forward than recessed. Wait, what the fuck? Why do I... where are we? So like if you look... So like if you feel like you're... Wait, can you see me? Oh, I'm wearing all black, so it's hard. But like if I push my belly out and be as fat as possible and I'm like kind of like recessed back here, you can do this. Or if you like lean forward, you're like exaggerating your triangle shape, right? Like your shoulders are closer to the camera, so perspective makes them a little bit wider. Your belly is going to be like down, and it doesn't look like it's sticking out at all. Like you look thinner, and if in like a head-on shot, you might present better here than otherwise. If I had to guess, that's why he stands like that. That's a total guess, though. Maybe it's like a medical condition, because it works fine if you're looking at it head-on, but if you look at shots from Trump from the side, it's like he looks like a fucking retard. I don't think I'm exaggerating, like, because he looks like this when he's standing. It's like ridiculous. It's insane. He looks like do you know how Michael Jackson used to do the what's it called? This. I think that there are hooks in the floor that his shoe can attach into. And so this is what Donald Trump looks like when he's leaning to talk. It's fucking retarded. But again, from the front, it works. What professional equipment being flown in is he talking about? So whenever there are big protests, conservatives immediately forget what buildings are made out of, and they scour Google Maps and pictures looking for any pallet of anything laying around. And if there's anything there, they immediately accuse it of being prepared ahead of time. Somebody tried this during BLM, and I think there was a whole Twitter thread where somebody went through every single example, and these things had been there for months. They were like projects that were being worked on, and people will ship in bricks or whatever, and people are building stuff. So yeah.
And we gave it to them. Not only are these service members defending the honest citizens of California, they're also defending our republic itself. And they are heroes. They're in there, they're heroes. They're fighting for us. They're stopping an invasion just like you'd stop an invasion. The big difference is most of the time when you stop an invasion, they're wearing a uniform. In many ways, it's tougher when they're not wearing a uniform because you don't know exactly who they are. In Los Angeles, the governor of California, the mayor of Los Angeles.
Like, why are you booing? Like, is there a chance that these guys are ever deployed as like National Guard? Like, you called the Marines that. Why the fuck are you booing any politicians? Like, you guys, you're so fucking retarded. You're actually so unbelievably fucking retarded. This is so crazy to me.
They're incompetent. And they paid troublemakers, agitators, and insurrectionists. They're engaged in this willful attempt to nullify federal law and aid the occupation of the city by criminal invaders. That's what it is. They're invaders, no different. Their position is that the rioting will not stop unless ICE withdraws from Los Angeles and ceases the enforcement of federal immigration law. In other words, they came in here illegally. Many of them came out of prisons and jails, the most heinous people. They came from all over the world. They came from the Congo in Africa. They came from Asia. They came from the prisons of these places. They were put into the United States and allowed to stay here because we had a grossly president who listened to whoever was operating the auto pen. And they allowed these people to say, and by the way, I've known this guy for a long time. He was never the sharpest bulb. But you know what he was? He wasn't a radical left lunatic. He never dreamt about open borders. He never said that when he was of sound mind, which actually was a very long time ago.
Good one. A U.S.-based commander in Greenland was fired after she dared criticize the vice president following his recent visit to the territory. The U.S. military has fired yet another woman, disagrees with. Colonel Susan Myers, the commander of the U.S. military base in Greenland, was fired after she sent an email distancing herself from J.D. Vance, who visited Greenland last month and slammed Denmark for not keeping it safe amid Donald Trump's fixation on annexing the territory of 56,000. I do not presume to understand current politics, but what I do know is the concerns of the U.S. administration discussed by Vice President Vance on Friday are not reflective of Pituffik Space Base, Myers wrote in an email obtained by military.com. The military news site said the email was confirmed as accurate by the U.S. Space Force. On Thursday, Space Operations Command released a statement announcing that Myers was removed from command for loss of confidence in her ability to lead.
So sad what they've done to our country. I will say that without question, however, you're seeing the financial numbers. We've now got the hottest country anywhere in the world. And 6 months ago, it was the coldest country. We're being laughed at all over the world. I was in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE. We brought back $5.1 trillion into our country. And all three leaders, they're great leaders, all three said, you know, you are presiding over the hottest country anywhere in the world. And they said the exact same thing. They said 6 months ago, it was the coldest country. I'll tell you, it changed on a date. You know what November 5th was? It was the election of a president that loves you. And that's when it all changed. That's when it all changed. Within the span of a few decades, Los Angeles has gone from being one of the cleanest, safest, and most beautiful cities on earth to being a trash heap with entire neighborhoods under the control of transnational gangs and criminal networks. It's horrible what's happened so quickly. As the entire world can now see, uncontrolled migration leads to chaos, dysfunction, and disorder. And you know what? They have it in Europe, too. It's happening in many of the countries of Europe. They don't like it when I say it, but I'll say it loudly and clearly. They better do something before it's too late. Very simply, we will liberate Los Angeles and make it free, clean, and safe again. It's happening very quickly. The one big, beautiful bill, you've heard about it. We call it the one big, I was on one of the television shows, I think, Deface the Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Deface the Nation. It's actually called Face the Nation for those of you that are smart enough not to know, because you're better off not knowing. I was on one of the shows, and I said, we got to get a great bill. They said, would you like it to be one bill, or would you like it to be 7 or 8 bills? They said, I want one big, beautiful bill. And the Republican Party liked that statement. They call it one big, beautiful bill, so that's good. And that's what it is. It's great. And it's currently before Congress. It provides all necessary funding for ICE, for Border Patrol, and for the Department of Defense. And I told you at a level that we've never had before, over $1 trillion. We better get that bill approved. Otherwise, your helicopters and your planes and your equipment's going to start to look a little bit old, General. You better push your favorite congressman. You better push these 2 senators. I think they're in good shape, however. But we got to get it approved. And those congressmen by you are all 100%. I don't even have to talk to them. They've been so great. So I want to sign this into law immediately. And with the signing, so many great things will happen to our country. No tax on tips. Think of that. No tax, seniors, on Social Security. No tax on overtime. They're going to pay for themselves. And if you get a car...
Pay for themselves how? What does that mean? It's going to pay for itself. This is literally, in Seinfeld, Carmack? No, what's his name? Oh my God, the guy who says, he's like, they're write-offs. They're write-offs, Jerry. They're write-offs. Kramer, yeah. They're write-offs. What does that mean? It's just a write-off. You write it off. It's going to pay for itself. What do you mean it's a write-off? It's a write-off. They write it off.
Stereo?
Oh, hey, you got it.
Hey, what happened to my stereo? It's all smashed up.
That's right. Now, it looks like it was broken during shipping, and I insured it for $400.
But you were supposed to get me a refund.
You can't get a refund. Your warranty expired 2 years ago.
So we're gonna make the post office pay for my new stereo now?
It's a write-off for them.
How is it a write-off?
They just write it off.
Write it off what?
Jerry, all these big companies, they write off everything.
You don't even know what a write-off is.
Do you?
No, I don't.
But they do. And they're the ones writing it off.
Wish I had the last 20 seconds of my life back.
And if you borrow money, tips, think of that. No tax, seniors on Social Security, no tax on overtime. They're gonna pay for themselves. And if you get a car, and if you borrow money to buy the car, we're gonna let you deduct the interest payment if it's a new car made in America, only in America. If it's made in Japan or China or any place else, we're not really interested in your deduction. I was elected winning all 7 swing states, the popular vote by millions and millions of votes in all counties throughout America by 2,750 to 525. That's what I call a big number. But this is a mandate from the people to restore the sovereign borders of the United States, and that is exactly what we're doing. Not only the borders, the financial institutions, and our country itself. We will not be deterred, and the mob in Los Angeles or anyone else, anywhere else, will not succeed. They don't even have a little chance. And I will be calling you early as I see this happening because, you know, in theory, I guess you could say a governor could call, but they
The
don't.
bill doesn't even have no tax on tips or Social Security. Oh, did they get rid of that? Is it not even in that anymore? I don't even know what he's talking about. Like, because he said in the beginning they passed it, but they haven't yet. So I don't, unless he is like pre-watching the future. But
Well, they let their city burn, like in Minneapolis with this guy who ran for vice president against JD. That was a good debate. JD against this guy. Remember how bad he was? That was one of the. I said, JD, there's never been a man like you're competing against. This is the worst. I think he's running for president too. Can you believe it? But he's a radical left lunatic, and I'll never forget in Minnesota. That city was burning down. Minneapolis was burning down. It was going to burn to the ground, and he wouldn't call the guard. And I waited for a long time, and I called the guard, and I saved it. But I wish I would have called it the first day. And I said, you know, if this ever happens again, because I was thinking about running because the election was rigged and stolen, we all know it. I said, we're going to run again, and if I win, which I hope, remember, we're going to make it too big to rig. But we did. We won by millions and millions of votes. So beautiful to watch. That was such a beautiful 9:02 in the evening.
just remember, too big to rig, smaller than the last election.
He said, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is projected to be the winner. I said, well, you think that was easy? I don't think these ladies from North Carolina think it was easy. You know, they followed me. I don't know what happened to their husbands. They're married to very nice people. But they've been to, 138 rallies? They said more. And they're from North Carolina. It's nice that we have one nearby finally, right? They go all over the country. I don't know what the hell's going on, but they're great. They're North Carolina, beautiful, wonderful woman, and we appreciate it. Like 130 rallies or some crazy number. Are your husbands satisfied with that? Are they okay? Oh, here he is. He showed up. One of them showed up. That's great. Congratulations. Great women, actually. The great patriots. We will use every asset at our disposal to quell the violence and restore law and order right away. We're not going to wait 7 days and 8 days and wait for a governor that's never going to call and watch cities burn. And let me tell you, if we didn't do this, Los Angeles would be burning to the ground right now, just like the houses burned to the ground just a few months ago. And the only flag that will wave triumphant over the streets of Los Angeles is the American flag. So help me God. The American flag is the one that's going to wave triumphantly over the streets. And now let's get back to the true reason we're here today, celebrating 250 years of
Oh, we're done doing our stump speech? That's good.
unbreakable Army courage. This week we commemorate not just the starting point in Army history, but a turning point in the history of the world. That's how important it is. When the Continental Congress created the Army and appointed its first commander, name happened to be George Washington. Has anybody heard of him? George Washington. Are you okay, darling? Are you all right? Yeah, take your time, please. Doctor, please. Doctor. Doctor in the house. Thank you. Thank you very much. These are great people. They've been waiting here a long time, General, so, you know, we want to give them all the time they need, right? Thank you very much. Greatest people in the world. They are amazing.
Super fan passed out, true.
Amazing. Oh, good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, honey. Thank you. Beautiful young person. Beautiful young person. We have a lot of young people. You know, we won young people, old people, and everything in between. It's sort of nice. Remember they used to say, but Trump doesn't have the young people. We won everything. Thank you very much, Doctor. Great job. When the Continental Congress created the Army and appointed its first commander, General George Washington, they sent the fierce spirit of a free nation into battle under a rallying cry that goes to this day, give me liberty or give me death. Have you heard of it? Quite a beautiful statement. Think of what that means. Give me liberty or give me death. I know exactly what that means. Just 3 days after the birth of the Army, the great patriot, founding father, Dr. Joseph Warren, was on the front lines as a soldiers stood totally outnumbered and outgunned at Bunker Hill. They had a group of soldiers against them that was supposed to be, in that day, unbeatable. Warren's mother had begged him, son, please don't do it. She said, please, please don't do it. Don't risk your life for even the patriot cause, please. And he replied, wherever danger is, dear mother, there your son will be. I will either set my country free or shed my last drop of blood to make us so beautiful. So the words are so beautiful. At Bunker Hill, Warren kept his vow, fighting and fighting and fighting and loving his country until he fell, drenched in blood, and gave his life at the very young age of 34. Exactly 250 years later, we are joined by Dr. Warren's great-great-great-great-great-grandson, and it's 7 generations down. And now an Iraq war veteran, retired Army specialist, Scott Warren, is here with his daughter, Sergeant E5 Carrington Sanders of Fort Irwin. I want to just, where are you? Where would you be in this big crowd? Thank you very much. What an honor. What an honor.
Wow.
You look great, too, by the way. You really look great. Thank you very much. What a great family. But you carry in your veins the love and devotion of a martyr for American liberty. Please stand. Just put that hand up once more for the people, because they will. Thank you very much. You're looking good. Looking good. Good genes. Good genetics. Thank you both.
Do you think he's capable of using some crazy event to declare martial law and cancel elections? He doesn't need a crazy event. He just makes the random events. He's already done that over and over again. The Alien Enemies Act, the invocation of that was insane, but nobody cares about it.
Thank you very much. The life of a soldier is not just a job, it's a calling and a sacred tradition passed down from father to son, brother to sister, and one generation to the next. At every hour of danger, our noblest citizens have answered that call, kiss their loved ones goodbye, and run to the sound of guns. You run to the sound of guns, you're running right into them, you're going to win. When the British tried to reconquer our young nation in 1812, 1,000 Americans at Fort McHenry fought off a British invasion fleet, 5,000 strong. They say it was unstoppable. Lieutenant Francis Scott Key, you all heard the name, watched from Baltimore.
Can an election be canceled because of war like in Ukraine? Not in the U.S. It shouldn't be, no.
Harbor, as the Army kept Old Glory flying high. Many people died. Deeply inspired, he wrote a poem in tribute to Army courage and American pride, known today as the Star-Spangled Banner, or our national anthem. Great. 8 generations later, we're joined by a descendant of Francis Scott Key, who has spent 2 decades in uniform, Major Kyle Key of Army National Guard fame. Please, Major, where are you, Major? Thank you. Thank you. Looking good, too. What's going on here? These guys they all come from a very fine strain of blood. That's great genetics is right. Thank you both very much. Major Key, thank you for helping to keep this incredible land of ours free and the home of the brave, and that's what it was.
Do you think that Trump actually thinks he isn't a traitor? If I had to guess, the psychology of these types of people is generally that it's not that they're bad, it's that they are bad, but everybody else is bad too, so it's okay. It's typically how it works. Actually, you can see this really well when it comes to, and I'm sure this applies to a whole bunch of things, but when it comes to cheating in video games, if you've ever met a friend who's like a hacker, they never say like, yeah, I hack because, fuck these guys. I'm gonna fuck them up. 99% of the time, I'm making that number up, but like a large amount of the time, people are like, yeah, I hack, I don't hack that often, but the issue is everybody else is hacking. I do it just as much as everybody else. Like I have to, otherwise my rank's going to fall so much. I'm not going to be competitive because of how many other hackers are out there. Like you always rationalize that way. I think these types of people do.
Through the decades that followed, the Army conquered the great frontier, won the war that restored our nation and broke forever the chains of slavery. A generation later, the Army's Rough Riders stormed up San Juan Hill with Colonel Theodore Roosevelt and swept the last foreign empire from the American hemisphere, forever swept. In World War I, our doughboys fought bravely in the Valley of the Marne and in the Argonne. There in 1918, a devout Tennessee Christian named Alvin York, you know that name, charged across an open field towards the German machine guns. They were firing at levels at that time that nobody had ever seen before. They were knocking down everything in their way, including giant trees were coming.
Okay. So Derek Thompson is the guy that goes on with Ezra Klein, who wrote the Abundance book. How would you square I don't think anyone sane is against any of this, and the reception of the book, in particular its housing chapter, on the left. Not meant to be a gotcha question. I'm genuinely interested in how you see things. Because I've read the book. Have you? So Mike hasn't read the book. There's 0% chance he read the book. I'm not even fully convinced he can read. But he's asking that to a co-author of the book. I don't think Mike even realizes that Derek Thompson was one of the authors. And then apparently he deleted a bunch of tweets after because he realized he was being fucking retarded, and now he's clout farming. Honestly, I didn't notice it was you, Derek. I would love to debate you on this. Let's go.
On edge. We're not on, but I'm always like scanning the crowd. I'll show you.
Who is this guy?
We're always on it. I mean, I'm not on edge. We're not on edge. We're actually like pretty calm and desensitized, but I'm always like, it's always in the back
Sans cameraman.
of my mind. And I'm always looking, you know, I'm holding a camera, but I'm always like scanning. I'm always looking around. I'm always checking. And in this fucking stream, there's a POV of me because I'm standing behind Hassan and this is like on the news, but like you can see me scan the crowd. It looks like I'm just looking around, but what I'm actively doing is looking to see if like somebody's trying to kill us. So let me see where
Now, I've spoken on this matter every single day, as have
where is it?
right now. People
Like around, like look at, just watch me right there. I'm not just like, no one's calling out to me. I am like actively scanning the crowd to see if like anybody is like trying to kill us. That's what I'm looking for right there.
speaking the truth. And that is
Because Hassan is like,
the California National Guard is here. Federal building. Technically a federal building. The California National Guard is here. Pointing at us?
Okay. I've been asked to share this message from Tina Peters from Colorado Prison, where she, a Gold Star mother, is rotting away because of the lawfare and rampant corruption of tyrant Jenna Griswold. That's the one who we watched the judge go in on her because during her allocution statement, after she was convicted, she lost, right? She was convicted. She just spent the entire time continuing to ramble about her crazy conspiracy theories. And now they're trying to get her pardoned. Wasn't this yeah, this is a state crime though, so.
I'm just gonna put my hazards on and stay right here for a minute.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're playing this game again, or is this an old BLM tweet? Who's paying for pallets of bricks to be dropped off all over Los Angeles? Oh yeah, we're gonna play this game. Where they're going to like construction sites or where these things have been for months, and we're gonna pretend that they were just dropped off for protesters to use or whatever. Wait, really? Hold on. Wait, people are saying this is literally a Home Depot? Is that actually true? Oh, I see logistics. So there's some kind of logistics truck. That's the exact tag they use at Home Depot. Wouldn't that be the best cover for them, though? True. Just go and build Home Depots in the same places you want to drop bricks off.
Happening in Ukraine, which, you know, if you're into this kind of stuff, you're very Donbass war. This conflict.
I'm too lazy to watch this. Sorry. I love you. Whoever linked it, though. I love you so much. I love how conservatives have always pointed out that the liberals and their politicians put out on-brand messaging at the same time as if they were given some sort of memo from their higher-ups. This is definitely not what is happening right here. Take a look at your thought leaders. Imagine not knowing how a copy pasta works. So this is not a copy pasta. Copy pasta is like when you respond kind of ironically to something or somewhat inappropriately to something because you're copying like an old meme response that's like either a troll or something stupid or ironic. It's not just copying talking points, but okay, bro. Oh, true. Fuck. Wait, has anybody done that yet? Has anybody copy pasted his exact tweet? Got him. Damn. This is what immigration demonstrations looked like from 2006. There were 100,000 people marching in Dallas that day, proudly waving American flags. No one can deny that the American flag carries immense horror. This is America. Respect for the 11 to 12 million undocumented immigrants who contribute to America every day. Damn. They got the sign up and everything. Motherfuckers have American flag shirts on. Oh my God, how triggered would people be if we did a protest and we had like American flag cafes or whatever? I feel like you would get just assassinated by everybody. Do they even make these? Holy shit. What are these? Merc memes.
I love fascism! I love ICE! Deport them all!
I felt like this would be like epic and hilarious if I was like 15, but okay. The next clip is the reason to watch it. The next clip didn't load, so. Oh wait, or is it this one? Is it Merc gets Merc? Somebody linked something else and it didn't open. Rip. Okay, that's kind of epic. Sorry, just kidding. Not a fan of Asmongold, but no one deserves this. Hassan's fans are evil and cruel. Asmongold's mom was dead and rotting in the house for 3 days before he realized the stench was worse than usual, and it was only because she started leaking a stew of bile and shit. Even then, it took him another 3 days to do anything about it. By then, there were mushrooms. Jesus. Christ. An easy way to check if a protest is in America is the flags. What is this tweet? Twitter, Asmongold. See that couple that got straight up shot to death in Vegas over streamer and YouTuber beef? Nope. Okay, sorry. Oh, nice. Didn't load. An easy way to check if a protest is in America is the flags. Are they all of one country? Not America. Are they a random bunch of countries plus pride/identity flags? America. And the grand total of all the dumb shit he says, it's not even, it's actually not that bad, but the grand total of all the unhinged shit he says. Insane video on the Vegas Strip. YouTuber murders another YouTuber and his wife after a long-running internet beef. Hold on. I don't think I can watch this on stream. Two people leaning over a railing, chatting, a guy and a girl. A guy comes up with a camera. He's like selfie, looking at himself, looking at the camera, kind of weird. Is he the murder guy? Maybe. He's got a hat on, smiles. He's just kind of like looking around awkwardly. Oh, never mind. That guy's not involved at all with any of this, I don't think. Okay, hold on. Guy in the background is arguing with somebody. He's got sunglasses and a hat on. Ooh, takes out a gun and shoots. Rip. We can hear everything? That's fine, as long as you're not seeing it. Jesus. Here's her on the ground afterwards. Rip. Damn.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I've did the address to the palace.
Damn, that's dark. People just walking by.
Let's go.
I need to memorize some badass quotes. I'm about to die. My last words aren't some cringe shit. Like, are you kidding me? 2 people killed on the Las Vegas Strip over a conflict that started over social media, according to police. According to ABC 13, the incident allegedly stemmed from a conflict between social media personalities Sin City Manny and Finny the Legend. Sin City Manny filmed himself driving around Las Vegas, apparently looking for Finny shortly before the incident. It's unclear what exactly was going on between the 2 creators. However, Finny previously accused Manny of being suicidal. According to a police statement on Monday, they have identified the shooter, but we're still seeking to arrest him.
Let's get this clear though, y'all, because
okay, before the incident, I can't believe the woman. I guess it's like this is all off screen, so maybe I can show. This woman is. This is like the maximum content brain. Holy shit! So they're arguing. He shoots. So first of all, this is a gun that you shoot and kill people with. Okay, he's shooting and killing somebody right now. So. Her husband. Okay. The guy just pulled out a gun, fired 4 shots, and killed this lady's husband. He's super dead. So we can either attack the guy to try to get the gun. We can either scream for help and start running. We can either stand there and do nothing. Or we can grab the stream camera and selfie record ourselves while we go back and walk up to the guy shooting and killing people. And she...
Are you fucking kidding me?
let's get this clear though, y'all.
She grabs the camera and decides to go confront him. I thought the wrong answer sound was different. Is it just that? Fuck. I need to get these on my soundboard.
Because we all laugh and joke. This is a PR. This is a PR moment. We all laugh and joke. But mental illness is real, and we can clearly see this guy is mentally ill. So one thing about it, that's why I want to put it on y'all too. If he give us another strike and I got 3, y'all know that channel mean everything to him. He don't got no outside friends, nothing. I don't think I could do it in my heart. And I'm saying this on live so he can hear it too. Shout out LDT. But I don't think I can take his channel from him, man, because I think he's so close to going in the closet, man. And he's so close, man.
Fuck that. You know what the first thing I asked you, did you give him a strike? Fuck that. You swing at me, we swinging back twice. Boot him to the motherfucking moon.
Shortly before tragedy.
Jerome, I'm out here searching for my baby. The fuck? I went through every fucking casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here in fucking town. I'm dying to see him. I'm fucking dying to see him. What are we doing? Fuel bar tonight? Is that what we're doing? I'll fucking be there. I'll fucking be there. Better fucking believe it.
This is gonna fuck him in court? Potentially. I feel like probably the more damaging stuff for this guy is the fact that he's on video shooting and killing 2 people. But, you know.
You come to my city and think I'm not gonna show up? You fucking think I'm not gonna show up? I should have been the first one to be told. Right? Somebody should have sent me my invite. Mr. Marquez, That's right. We outside. We're doing fuel bar tonight? I'm fucking there, homie. What's the fuel bar without the fuel? We're doing the fuel bar tonight. Fucking go. Or wherever you go, I will be there. Oh man, come on. I have to say hi to my biggest fan.
Okay, you should have prepared a speech or something. This is so boring. This is like your last few moments on video, and this is what we get, really?
You know?
Also, not even wearing a seatbelt? Imagine you get hit by a car or some shit and you die on the way there. What the fuck? I'll try. He's not dead. Sorry. Before he goes to. Well, I mean, you could be dead, right? Have you looked back? Have you looked into the Great Repatriation Bracero program / Operation Wetback? I feel like it adds a lot of context to what is happening in LA. Nope.
You know? I heard that shit. I jumped out of my fucking bed. It came out here so fucking fast.
Can I just give a quick piece of life advice? Don't do this. Why would you just blow your nose or go to the bathroom and figure, unless you're like sick or something, like this should never be a regular part of anybody's esophageal repertoire. I don't know what you'd call it, but ugh.
It came out here so fucking fast.
This and clearing throats? I don't think there's anything wrong with clearing your throat. What do you mean? What, are you just supposed to suffer and die?
I'm very disappointed right now. All this long stream, and I didn't see my biggest fan. Ah, teardrop. Just know, instigators get this shit too.
Okay, what a waste of time. Okay. Do you approve of Trump's National Guard deployment? Yes, 59%. No, 39%. The issue is that most Americans don't know the legality of it. And so most Americans are just going to see pictures of violence, and they're probably just going to agree that it's not even really that surprising to me. Like, most Americans just don't even know how the National Guard works. This is why the violent shit fucks you over so hard. It happened with BLM too during the BLM riots. Like, they were popular, and then as soon as all of the rioting and all the looting and everything started, like, the popularity of that shit fell off of a fucking cliff. I see people tweeting about stuff and complaining about stuff, me included. I think one of the issues, I think one of the big issues was there are no, we don't have leaders anymore. We don't have like protester leaders anymore. I don't know why. Do we? I feel like there were none really for BLM. Maybe there were and we just didn't hear about them on the news. Like, I don't know. Greta Thunberg, kill me, fam. Jesus. Cutter wasn't interested in this one. Shut the fuck up.
Millimeter to someone 3. What's your badge number?
I'm giving you warning.
No, warning about what? I'm asking you a question. What's gonna hurt? What's gonna hurt?
There's 40 millimeters.
Why are you gonna shoot a fucking 40 millimeter to someone 3 feet away who's asking your badge number? What am I doing? Huh? 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 Go ahead. What is it? I'm behind glass. What is your name and badge number? You work for us, bitch. What is your badge number? What is your name and serial number? I'm behind glass. What is your badge number? What is your name and serial number? Why'd you rip the name off your helmet? One more time. What's your badge number? All right.
Do cops get harassment training? Yeah, of course. What are you talking about? Cops harass people all the time. Just kidding. I'm sorry.
Hey, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. What's your badge number?
That's okay. I'm gonna pop you right now because you're taking up my focus.
What fucking retard. Bro, if you're deployed to a riot situation, okay, which is what this is, you're deployed to a riot situation, part of a crowd control unit, you're supposed to be able to assess the environment, deploy whatever you've been trained on, and like be relatively calm, cool, chill in the face of whatever's going on. If this guy shitposting at you from across a barricade is triggering you so much, also thank you for once, okay? Fuck you and fuck my chat and fuck all of you fucking losers because you guys slurp this shit up too much. But thank you, this guy, for posting the full minute lead up to this instead of like you guys like to spam shit. It's like, look at this horse, and it's like a 12-second clip where, like right as the horse's hoof is like fucking funneling some dude's cock. The fuck even happening, right? This guy's the whole minute lead up. He should have included a bit after he got shot. This cop is unhinged. What the fuck is wrong with you? Should be like instantly fired. Jesus. Wait, does he look like Huey with a shaved head from The Boys? Full context for the horse clip. One officer yesterday was barking like a dog going at protesters. What? Wait, holy shit. Wait, is this true? Fuck, I don't want to get fucking fake news, and I'm too lazy to do all the investigations. Protesters just set a trap for the horse-mounted LA police by trying to light them on fire with a line of gasoline poured in their path. Oh yeah, somebody asked Grok. Aren't the horses walking on the street? How can you set a trap for them? Like, did the guy think that the asphalt was going to catch on fire? Oh, no, I guess if he's using gas, you don't actually need... I guess you don't need flammable stuff, because that's what the gas is for, huh? Where's my fucking volume? Okay, I don't know what the point of like this shit is. I wonder if the horse is just spooked or if he's like intentionally trying to step over him. I don't know what they're doing now or why they don't just fucking arrest him or whatever. But okay, that makes a little bit more sense. There was another trample video or like a horse video. What was the context to that one? I was thinking about this. Do you think that the Trump admin being so unhinged emboldens the bad seeds in the police force to overstep like that 40mm guy? It's possible. I mean, if your leader's acting like that, why not?
I want us to focus on this guy right there. Look at him. Trigger happy as fuck. So I just showed you him, right? Look at that. Oh, what's passing by? Where's our money going, right? Where are our tax dollars going, right? Right? Yeah. So we've got trigger happy fucking bitch over here. Look at. They're telling her to move, but that's a public sidewalk. They're telling her to move. Watch, if they shoot her.
Like, there's a time where I'm sympathetic towards cops making bad choices in like super heated moments, like in the Rittenhouse stuff. Like, people were rioting. There was like, that was some crazy shit. But like, there's nothing going on here. This woman, she doesn't have like a tack vest on or like a backpack. Like, what are you doing? Like, do you think she's about to come and like UFC take out the line? Like, it's Captain Marvel? Like, why? What are you doing? What's happening here?
They're telling her to move.
Maybe if one cop was like, that's my bitch ex I was talking about. I'm never, ever going to have another opportunity in my life to shoot a paintball at this bitch.
Watch, if they shoot her.
Is this just people getting the worst moments, or are the cops acting especially bad? I mean, they're bad moments. I don't know if the cops are acting especially bad here. I mean, these are bad moments, but there's a range. Like I said, there's a range of stuff where when there's like super high tensions and there's a lot of shit going on. I know all of you guys think that this is retarded, but I don't care because I hate all of you when it comes to police stuff. I'm more sympathetic towards people making mistakes or towards people doing. Like, they're acting suboptimally because it could just be hard to keep track of everything in the heat of like a super tense moment where there's a lot of like, you know, potential threats or whatever else. But when you're having situations like there's like 20 cops here, this is a lady with like no pants on. Like, what? Like, this is just retarded. Like, I feel like somebody should be shouting at this dude just for having his like gun brandished. Like, why are you even? Like, it's just retarded. This is just like so stupid. You're giving so much ammunition to the protester side as well. Like, why would you do shit like this? So fucking stupid.
Holy fuck.
How do we balance soying out at rioters versus soying out at these insane cops? I mean, you should soy out at rioters. People that burn shit down and loot buildings you should soy the fuck out at them. They're fucking retarded. For cops that are like clearly, definitely like with no explanation in the wrong, I think you should soy out at them too. Like, this is wild. Think about what people say about you. Right? You know, it's not just, it's not all of us. It's just one bad cop. And what does the other side always say? Well, it's the fact that all of you guys cover for each other. You know, what does it look like when you have a lady standing here and like 20 cops just staring at this one dude who's about to, you know, fucking play darts with his paintball gun on this like half naked lady? Like, I'm just fucking retarded.
They're telling her to move. Watch, if they shoot her. Holy fuck.
There is no reason for someone to try approaching a police officer after the officer instructed them to move on. How close should they allow her to get? So one, I would have to know, is she actually trying to get home to her apartment? I'm not sure, number one. Number two, this is not a military incursion. We're not in the fucking Gaza Strip with some foreign military occupant. This is a policing event. This is a person who is, my guess is, a citizen of the United States, probably lives in LA. I should be allowed to walk the streets at night, motherfucker. What do you mean? This is my fucking city. You should be allowed. You live here. Fuck the cops. Fuck the police. How are you going to tell somebody they're not allowed to, like, again, unless there's like an active heated situation or some shit going on where there's like rioters and protesters like screaming, then maybe I can kind of understand. Or if they have some here, but even at that, like, let's say that this is like blocked off and they actually have the authority to close the road and it's all authorized or whatever, then maybe they could say, but then you go up and talk to her. This can't be your first. It can't be that your first option to deal with this lady after shouting at her is to shoot at her. That just can't be the case. Loitering laws and curfew? Has there been a curfew established in LA? Has that even happened? LA curfew. Weighing a downtown curfew 4 hours ago. So no. So even if it was a curfew, again, it's a woman with shorts on, like.
They're telling her to move. Watch.
It's an ongoing riot. I don't think the cops should have done it, but I will not judge it either. My face when I'm desperately searching for the riot. Sorry, where's the timestamp in this video where the riot's at? Hold on, where is it?
I want us to focus on this guy.
We got a sweep over here. Where's the riot at right now?
Right there. Look at him. Trigger happy as fuck. So I just showed you him, right? Look at
The correct answer is there's no rioters because this guy's shooting them all. They didn't have a chance to gather.
that. Oh, what's passing by?
Is that the riot?
Where's our money going, right? Where are our tax?
Is it not a security threat maybe to allow people to go behind their line? I mean, there's no curfew, is there? I don't know. Is that like an established line where they said you're not allowed to go back here? What if you do live back there? Does she? This is LAPD, right? These aren't feds. Rioters are bad and rioters suck and police should come out to get rid of rioters. And the reason why is because they're supposed to be protecting us against the rioters. There's no point in calling the police out if they're just going to start shooting us too. Well, in that case, then fuck it. Just let the rioters do that. We don't need to pay somebody to come out here and do it. At least the rioters are working for free. You know, what the fuck? Oh, I don't know. Seems retarded to me.
They're telling her to move. Watch. If they shoot her.
In Europe, you would get arrested for not listening to the cops when they block a street. Well, then have them arrest her or detain her or whatever. Why? But I can't hear what she's saying. I mean, like, I guess there's a world where they have, like, body cams on and she's like, get that gun away from me, motherfucker. I'm about to come over there and whip your ass. I'm about to lay some smackdown on you, mother. Maybe she's talking a ton of shit. I don't know.
Holy fuck.
We have no clue what the situation is behind them.
I want to.
Okay.
Sit down. Sit down. Where'd he get you? Really, fuck off. She's not doing anything. Come on. We're moving, assholes.
Face.
Oh, you got it. Hang on. I just need to get out of their sight. Here. I got some supplies in my bag. Sit down. They shot her. Yeah. Point blank. I literally just got it on video. They're gonna shoot.
Okay, well, point blank. That's a slight stretch, but.
We're moving! We're moving! Stop! She's injured! Come on, we gotta get across the street. Come on. We gotta go across the street. Where are you going? I live here. Okay. Come on.
You usually roast this stupid protester behavior. Why are you defending it now? What? How? I feel like... We should just never cover cop stuff. Half my audience just fucking hates cops, literally, no matter what happens. And the other half of you guys just hate protesters no matter what happens.
I just literally shot her point blank. No, she's not okay. Yeah, try right here, and let me just look at it, unless you want to go inside. Holy fuck, you guys. Okay. Watch your legs, officers! Here.
Did she actually live over there? Oh, was that a JDAM? Did we get a Hassan analysis on this? Yes, I'm her neighbor. Mahai, what's up?
Hey. Just coming in, we had a new edition of the Pragmatic Papers, and I want to just do some quick shout outs on that, if it's okay.
Go for it.
Hey, yeah, so we've got the 15th edition out, and everybody should go read it. I just threw it in the chat. There's 3 really good articles. First one, I don't know if you heard, but there's some riots going on in LA right now.
I have indeed heard that, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, so our head editor, Great White Tur, he did an article called California Screamin', and it's got a really good timeline of the LA riots, kind of like starting, like how they started, how they've been progressing, and he has a lot of really good sources in there. I really recommend people check it out, just kind of give you guys some context for the slop that Destiny's watching right now. Then there's another one written by a guy named Dwayne Wright called Sleazebag. It goes into the relationship between Trump and the Federalist Society. So in Trump 1, he put up it's like 350 or 500 judges into the in different federal positions, and vast majority of them were from the Federalist Society, and everybody was lauding it as this great victory. And then recently, out of the International Trade Court, a panel that contained some federal judges said, nope, the tariffs are illegal. And so Trump has recently been doing a lot of, or not a lot, he did some tweets where he's talking a lot of shit at the Federalist Society, saying that they're activists and that they're actually hidden leftists. And if you don't know anything about the Federalist Society, you should read this article because it'll show you it's the exact opposite. There's a really funny Supreme Court case. I don't know if he cites it in this one, but there's a really funny Supreme Court case in which the Supreme Court had to directly order the Federalist Societies to start hiring women at their country club, like waiters. They were one of the last holdouts where they were aggressively discriminating based off of sex whenever they're hiring people. And it's a very funny read.
Okay.
And then the last one was called Attack on Science and Trump 2.0 and the NIH. It's written by Oblivion Descends. This one's really good because the writer, they've been working in NIH grant-funded labs and stuff almost their entire adult life. So they have a really good perspective from the inside. They do a really good affirmative case for the NIH, background for why it's being attacked, and then kind of how it's getting taken apart. So that one's a really great one. Also, it's insanely well cited. There's over 100 footnotes in it of just really, really well done citations.
Damn.
Yeah. So big recommend on that. Everybody should go read it. Also, real quick, did you hear about the stuff with Kilmar Abrego Garcia, where he's coming back?
Yeah, and they try to charge him with some trafficking thing or whatever, but he's back in the U.S., right?
Yeah, he made it back, and so there was some people are saying that it could be because in his specific case he was getting the judge was starting to kind of line everything up to sanction the government, and they were going to see how that goes, and then out of nowhere they pull out this random charge against him. So apparently after that original order for the sanctions or for potential sanctions came down, all of a sudden there was a whole bunch of activity in Tennessee talking to people that were associates with him. And so there's 6 co-conspirators in this grand trafficking ring. He's the only one being charged. And it's based off of the testimony of a guy that's already in federal prison for a long time for other charges. But it's just kind of funny because it really undermines everything that the Trump admin has been saying, where they can't get him back. Like, if you look at the statements that were made around it, Pam Bondi just goes, "Well, we just brought a
all
arrest
of that was
warrant
always
to El
bullshit.
Salvador."
It was fucking obvious bullshit. Yeah.
It was, and it's very, at least cathartic on some level of just like, okay, good, this is all bullshit. These people like, but of course, like, people need to be holding them accountable. But just wanted to make sure people realize this is pure evidence that it's all bullshit. But also, it's also them just trying to save face, right? Like, they knew that they were gonna, like, I'm not sure behind the scenes why, but they obviously felt like they needed to bring him back on some level, and so they're trying to spin it now of actually we're doing the right thing and bringing him back to charge him. I don't know if you did any debates on this, but I remember seeing some debates where people were literally talking about this, where they're saying, like, if someone commits a murder in America, wouldn't you want them to be tried in America rather than deporting them?
Yeah, of course.
And a whole bunch of MAGA people were like, no, just get him out. And now, of course, we just see a complete flip on that. So a small other thing on this was that the head of the DOJ's crime division in Tennessee, which is where he was charged, resigned whenever this was brought before a grand jury. He refused to put his name on it. It's very similar to what happened up in New York, where a bunch of people at the DOJ there resigned. So as much as, like, as obvious as it is that this is bullshit, like, even like just at every level, whenever you're analyzing what's going on, it's just very clear that, like, there you can't even, like, halfway give them a benefit of the doubt on this stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, just we talked about this stuff in the past, so I thought I'd just give a small update on it. Let's see. Yeah. And yeah, I appreciate it. Everybody go read the Pragmatic Papers. One more time. And thanks. Yeah. Have a good night, man.
All right. I love you. Be careful.
Love you too.
Nothing they say is real about anything. That's just where we are. There's no way we can bring him back. Yeah, it's so dumb. This is one of the unhinged cops not controlling himself at all. Hey, Destiny, big fan. Just wondering, why is a monarchy a bad thing? I think in this climate it'd be a good thing. Tell me why I'm retarded. I love your show. I don't know, because I don't feel represented by a monarchy that just has the right last name to lead. Wait, hold on.
Oh, hell no. What the? That escalated real quick.
I mean, like, here I'm more sympathetic towards the cops. I'm not even going to say sympathetic. I think the guy was just on the right. It looks like the guy literally tried to grab the cop's baton. For whatever reason, they're moving people or they're trying to move, and the guy, like, reaches forward and grabs the dude's. You can see it. I think this guy who keeps getting pushed by the cop because he's not moving, it looks like he reaches forward and they're, like, fighting over his baton or something, and then they fight, and then whatever, and...
Now they threw her shoes on me. Oh shit! Nah.
I mean, this. I don't care about this. They're moving. They're telling you to move. I mean, they're moving you, but... Whatever. Oh, God. Uh-oh. Is this tweet even going to be live? Let's find out. From ContraPoints. It sickens me to hear Spanish spoken on the streets of Los Angeles, San Diego, Palo Alto, San Francisco, Santa Ana, San Jose, Santa Barbara, San Bernardino, El Querido, I don't know how you say this, La Mirada, San Luis Obispo. True. Oh, evil guy.
I'm glad the president has a strong hand.
Read the second one. Are you guys really going to make me explain the tweet? No, I won't do it. This is where I draw the line. Okay.
The president has a strong hand in this.
Mr. Speaker, you guys are condemning the violent protesters in LA. Is it hypocritical given the president pardoned the violent protesters on January 6th?
Look, no, I think there's a clear distinction between those two. We've seen what's happened in LA in the early 90s and in other times when these things get out of control and they burn whole city blocks down and shut the place down. You have to stay on top of that. You cannot let it get out of control. And I think federalizing the National Guard was important. I think if Marines are necessary to maintain order, we have to do what is.
So what's the difference? You said there's a distinct. What's the difference between the violent protesters on January 6th?
Everybody wants me to relitigate January 6th. I'm not going to do that. There's a very clear distinction between the two. The people who broke the law and destroyed property met with the proper consequences on that.
Really? I thought they all got pardoned.
That's what we're trying to be intellectually consistent about this.
What sort of authorities do you think the Marines should have there on the ground? What sort of authorities?
Maintain peace and protect property. They're protecting federal property and personnel, and that is a very appropriate and necessary thing to do, and I applaud the president for doing it.
Thank you, sir.
A once great American city, Los Angeles has been invaded and occupied by illegal aliens
Fucking Newsom, dude.
and criminals.
Okay,
now
base.
violent insurrectionist mobs are swarming and attacking our federal agents to try and stop our deportation operations. But these lawless rights only strengthen our resolve. I am directing Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth.
Mike from PA openly mass reporting Destiny and Tect 1 while streaming. Mass reporting where?
I need you to go and report this tweet. Destiny is just using a anti-Semitic slur. Like, this shit is fucking insane. Like, this is just fucking insane.
Your K-word tweet got limited? Okay, you got me.
Like, get this fucking... This guy needs fucking banned. What a pathetic fucking loser, dude.
Is he about to be performatively upset about anti-Semitism now? Is that what we're doing?
Report this fucking post. What a scumbag. Hassan literally talks about substance of why Dan Saltzman is a bad guy. You know, threatening to dox people, use the information and blackmail people. That's not a slur, you dumb fuck. What a pathetic loser. What a scumbag. All right, go ahead and hit report. Okay. If you guys go over, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this URL. Go over there. I'm sorry.
FBI guy, if you're listening, wait, give me the mic clips if our FBI agent is still monitoring us. This guy's threatened me before. Actually, the FBI's already come and talked to me about Mike from PA, and I said he was a joke and it didn't matter, so they won't care now. I fumbled hard on that one. I'm sorry.
For putting this into your algo, but make sure that you go ahead and hit that report button. You click on these three dots and click report.
Yeah.
And then hateful.
That was months ago, though.
Abusive or harassment or bullying. That shit should work pretty good. Go ahead and hit that report button. I mean, YouTube doesn't really ban anyone ever and doesn't enforce their TOS at all.
Okay.
But, you know, it's worth a shot.
Thank you. fuck is this?
Could soil condemning survivors to agonizing deaths or condemning survivors to agonizing deaths or lifelong suffering. A nuclear winter could follow, with smoke and ash completely blocking the sun, plunging the world into darkness and cold, killing crops and starving billions. Acid rain would scar the earth, wiping out entire ecosystems. This isn't some made-up science fiction story.
This is a made-up alternative history. If we don't give Russia every single thing that they want. I need to get a Soylent. Hold on. Fuck. Am I getting like a second illness? I feel like I got a thing and then I got better, and I feel like I have a second illness. What's happening? The AIDS is finally taking over from dealing with all these cancerous fucking people.
This is the reality of what's at stake, what we are facing now. Because as we stand here today, closer to the brink of nuclear annihilation
Today, oh no,
than ever before, political elite and warmongers are carelessly fomenting fear and tensions between nuclear powers. Perhaps it's because they are confident that they will have access to nuclear shelters for themselves and for their families that regular people won't have access to. So it's up to us, the people, to speak up and demand an end to this madness.
This is the head of our Department of National Intelligence, right? Why is she even, what the fuck is this? What am I watching right now? Why is she making videos on this? Go do your job. Or Director of National Intelligence, not Department of National, like what?
We must reject this path to nuclear war and work toward a world where no one has to live in fear of a nuclear holocaust.
Yeah, I feel like I'm watching ads on Rumble. Okay, it's a quick meme break. 5 years old. They still sell these though, don't they? Oh my god, he bought them. We're gonna get a review. The Mac wheels, guys. $6.99. They still sell them. Are they just wheels? What do they do? Are they just wheels? Is Christmas just a holiday? Is a newborn child just a baby? Is the love that two people share between one another just neurochemicals firing off in your brain? What kind of a question is that? Are they just wheels? You fucking idiot. The wheel is literally the most important invention of all of human history. What are you going to ask next? Is it just fire? God, I'm so hyped for this. Oh, the unboxing experience. Yes. Holy shit, look at those. Goddamn wheels. Oh my god. Jesus. Look at the weight, the thickness, the sturdy build. What is this? Is this all this is? Okay, well, I feel like I didn't get much out of that, but Smart Everyday Guy tried to manufacture and sell a US made product. 50-minute video, I see it. Maybe tomorrow. The fuck is this? Love from H3H3 has been eating raw bacon. Here is a long write-up of the possible parasite exposures he has had from doing so. Is Love the name of a person on the show? Why would you eat raw pork? Is it a bait? Why is he eating raw bacon? He apparently is from Sweden and they have smoked bacon there that doesn't have to be cooked. And he thought that was all bacon, and while he'd be cooking it, he would nibble a little bit on it, apparently how he would do it. I never heard of raw bacon in Sweden. Is that a thing? Did I just miss that? Are you excited for the new update for your iPad? What's the new update? What are they doing? It's gonna be more AI shit that I don't give a fuck about. What? Damn, this girl just can't win. What? Wait, this person... Well, fuck, now I feel like I'm contributing. You know what? I don't care anymore. Apparently, she criticized Hassan for showing up at the protest, and it looked like he was just, like, chatting with people, and he wasn't showcasing any of the protest, like, organizers or anything like that, and she just, like, tweeted about it. And apparently Hassan's community, like, brigaded and doxed and found, and this girl's shit got fucked as a result. They, like, mass reported her shit. And I retweeted it, because I was like, oh, damn, that's fucked up. And now she DM'd me, and she's like, dude, Why are you retweeting my tweets? You guys are literally ruining my life. You and Hassan. Dude, you are posting tweets on social media where people can engage with them. Isn't that the whole point? LOL. What? Why, like, hello? What's... Skip to iPad. Well, I have an iPhone too.
All right, so today was Apple's big software.
Wow, who watches these commercials? LOL.
25 WWDC.
Who's the next Democratic candidate, you think, and why? I'm trying to think of how long ago it was when I fucked your mom. If the kid that I produced from that is old enough to run for president yet, it'll be that guy.
I think it's actually a shooting thing. Who? Pedophile.
We're in Lux.
It's like.
Stop asking me these stupid fucking questions, okay? Yeah, California governor giving an address in 36 minutes. I don't know if I can make it. We'll see.
It was actually a really interesting one. I was kind of wondering how this would go because in this landscape of AI, everyone's talking about Gemini and GPT everywhere, where it feels like Apple is being left behind. They could kind of go one of two ways. They could either...
Being left behind? Do people use this shit? Maybe they do, bro. Did you see that Jane Doe got community noted on the post you corrected the record on? They don't even fucking... Every time I even think about this, I'm getting like more and more triggered about all of how fucking stupid this is. That she's like openly like tweeting and lying about like past dramas of mine. Meanwhile, they're like running to seal transcripts where you have to actually say shit under oath and you can't just make shit up. So fucking annoying.
Double down on Apple Intelligence and just lean right in, like everything's fine, everything's going to plan. Or they could...
You were genuine in thanking Willie Mack, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you publicly said something. I think that's brave.
Shelf some of that stuff, but show a whole bunch of other stuff and hope that that's good enough. So now we've seen the keynote and I've gotten to try a lot of these software features and think about them a lot. And they definitely did the second thing. Don't get me wrong. There's much more other stuff than AI versus what like Google was doing earlier. But I do think that other stuff was actually kind of a lot. And so maybe you can leave a comment below if you agree with me. After you subscribe, of course. But this is everything you need to know.
I thought you were being sarcastic. What would I be being sarcastic about? What is the sarcasm? What did Willie Mack say? I think he just tweeted out because he interviewed Denims or something and said, yeah, Denims lied about literally everything in that thing that Pixie's tweeting about. And I was like, oh, thanks for saying something publicly. What is the sarcasm there?
Now about WWDC 2025. So first of all, they always talk about all of their OSs.
No, he memed. Wait, was his reply a meme? I thought he played and interviewed Denims for his video. What do you mean? You're getting gaslit. Okay. I kind of interpreted it as saltiness for him not speaking out publicly before. Why? He's not my friend or anything, right? It's not like I would expect him to say anything. I thought that he gave decently fair coverage on everything, even if I disagreed with some of it. At least he interviewed me for it. Nobody else did. So, fuck. Well, I don't know how to make. Oh, because you guys are Zoomers, I need to do the /S.
All their platforms this year, and they are now all unified in their version number, just to keep it simple. So instead of having...
Oh, hey, I remember that thing. This was supposed to be a really big deal and revolutionize a bunch of stuff, right?
All their OSs, all their platforms this year, and they are now all unified in their version number, just to keep it simple. So instead of having iOS 19, iPadOS 19, tvOS 19, macOS 16, watchOS 12, and visionOS 3, they're now just doing version 26 for everything. Kind of the same thing Samsung just did with their phones in 2020, how they matched the year, even though it's a year ahead. Cool. Easy. And everything is getting this fresh, glassy coat of paint over everything to be unified as well. So it's more obvious in some places, that I'll show you, and less noticeable in some others, but in general, they're calling this liquid glass. And they're treating basically every window, every dialog box, every icon, every sidebar that they possibly can as like a piece of physical glass that's mostly transparent to the things below it. Even the lock screen clock and some text, some fonts are clear and transparent. So,
is this already live? Does my phone have this? No.
We might as well start here with iOS 26 because
The Willie tweet may look bad because it looks like Willie's confirming you shared recordings under a post we're being called out for. I shared the recording of what Denims said when she was trying to mindfuck me in my apartment because she lies about everything that happened to her. That was the whole reason why I recorded that conversation. Which he heard all of that. I think he confronted her on it on the video, and she basically, got exposed for lying about all that. What do you mean?
Because this is the biggest one. All the icons are slightly updated. The lock screen clock is just this big, glassy, clear time that adapts to the size of what's behind it. Once you unlock the iPhone, overall, like zoomed out, it doesn't look that different. It's slightly different, but they also kept showing this clear home screen setup where all of